So if you ever wanted to reinstall Windows on your computer or another operating system, what you're going to need is an ISO file. And when you put that ISO file on a USB drive, it won't be bootable. So what bootable means is when you start up your computer, you're going to access this before it reaches the main operating system. In some cases, you might not have an operating system at all because it's a new build. In other cases, you're just doing it for a fresh start. All right, so the process to use Rufus is pretty simple. When you open Rufus up, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look under Device and make sure that it has the USB drive that you have inserted into your computer labeled right there, which it does. And then under Select is where we're going to pick the ISO file that we downloaded. So for most of you, this will probably be Windows, but for me, it's going to be gparted. And gparted is right here. And then you click Open.
Once you get your ISO file selected, you just have to look over a few settings. If you're using Windows 10 or 11, which most of you probably will be using, you have to check that the partition scheme is set to GPT and that the file system is set to NTFS. If those two things aren't set, it is not going to work for you. So before we click Start, there's one more thing that I should mention. As it shows here, when it formats it, it's going to destroy any data on the drive. So if you have any pictures on there or any other kind of data that you don't want deleted, I'd recommend backing that up, and then you will click Start. So after Rufus is finished with your USB drive, you're going to plug it into the computer that you want to use it on, and you're going to restart the computer or start it if it's off. And right when it starts booting, you're going to press a button on your keyboard. So that button is going to depend on what brand you have. So I put this list here for you that you can pause the video and look over. So example, if you have MSI, you're just going to basically continually press delete the entire time. And it should boot right into the Windows 11 setup screen. And then from there, it's basically just prompts to go forward to install Windows.